the panelists on the dais, and the distinguished delegates in the conference. There's nothing more to add because it has been already kick-started in the first session. A lot of lively discussion took place about coal. I think probably in this session we have to only come to a sort of a conclusion as to how to go ahead, because about discussing about the past and the statistics is of no use. What we are going to do from today onwards so that the power sector and the energy sector as a whole is going to be, the security of the nation, energy security of the nation is fulfilled. So I think, as you will agree, there are a lot of opportunities. There is no shortage of opportunities in this sector, but probably only what we have to discuss and to convert those opportunities into actual realities on the ground, and the ways and means for increasing investments in this energy sector. Now, as a background, because I don't want to go into the dynamics, the figures, the statistics, which they are all in front of you. They have been discussed a lot. Now, the issues which we are going to discuss and come to some sort of solution, without having those differences, because they are going to persist. Now, how to bring it nearer is the coal availability. How are we going to make the coal available? First is the domestic. Our Secretary Coal is here. He has already told the difficulties, the challenges. All those challenges will remain. The challenges will continue to remain. And how to face them, address them, and then probably meet them, and to bring that, improve the domestic coal availability. Because what is in home is better than what is outside the home. To bring coal from elsewhere, as we have been talking about central importing or decentralized importing, individual importing, because it is opened up. Anybody can import. Now, if you tell that I can't import, you please import and give it to me, I don't know. Let us discuss on that. So I think first is to improve or increase the domestic availability of coal. And then, of course, if there is any gap still left, which is there already, and which is going to be also in future years to come, how are we going to address and manage those imports? So this is the first thing we'll discuss, and then the panelists will kickstart that. And the challenge of rising imports. How to reduce imports, because at any day, the importing coal may be sounding better, but I think it's going to cost you more, and the complications are more, especially in the volatile situation in the coal availability as well as the pricing, international pricing. So that's number two. After importing, after you find the resources, if you address and solve all the problems after coming to the port, how to reach it to the end-use plant? Because it may come up to the port, the ships are probably can bring, but from the port to the end-use plants, different plants, especially the inside the country, I think whether the railways are ready, whether the corridors are going to be ready, and the ports are ready to handle those kind of imports. This thing. So this is number two. And number three, of course, is the coal distribution. Our Honorable Minister has already told about the new distribution, coal distribution policy, and our Secretary Coal is here. I think we will be able to discuss on that, the new policy and the e-auction, which is, of course, being discussed. Somebody says e-auction should be there, or somebody says should not be there. But e-auction, the purpose for which it has been brought in, it's all known to us. Where to, how to moderate it, or how to balance it. So about the auction. And about the agreements. The agreements will be there only when there is coal is there. Probably let us accept that the coal India wants to sign as many fuel supply agreements as possible, but the coal has to be available because once agreed upon through these coal supply agreements, they have to fulfill them. So this is the next aspect. And the last and the final one, which was discussed also, probably even Honorable Chief Minister of Maharashtra advocated about the coal regulator. I think only that can be briefly discussed, because it is already being addressed by the coal ministry. Now, the major issue will be the coal is still under partial control. It is still under control because it's not fully opened up. As Secretary Coal told, the bill is still pending before the Parliament for ratification, and once it is once the coal sector is fully open, whether the coal regulator must come in at that point, or should we bring the coal regulator above the controlling, because already it is under certain amount of control. Though the price is decontrolled, the other aspects, but still we are, there are people who are going and consulting about the price, and they are looking at the consumer side also. So I think at what point of time the coal regulator must come in and then steer the whole sector, so that the benefits of the coal regulating the entire sector is going to be to the people. So I think these aspects, or any other aspects, of course, any other thing which the delegates may like to come in, I think we'll be able to discuss, and in short, I think we'll be able to go ahead with this. Thank you.